This is Brutus. He's a 2023 GMC Sierra 2500 HD AT4. Boy, that was a mouthful. He rolled off the assembly line in Flint, Michigan, complete with these cab lights. Now, I think these cab lights are pretty cool, but the fellows out at Boost Auto reached out to me and said, hey, we think we can make those even cooler. Well, we'll just see about that. Let me tell y'all something. Brutus here is a big bad son of a bitch. Everywhere he goes, he's packing 6.6 liters of whoop ass. He also comes with this warning label, and that's code for ass whoop threat level 4. And let me tell you something, that scale only goes to 5, okay? I mean, how many trucks have you seen come complete with bar, bartender, whiskey, and make it a double? All right, enough playing around. Let's see what these fellas out at Boost Auto sent us here. Now, of course, I've already opened this, but I'm gonna show you all what they sent. They sent me, look at that. That's a nice hat. And a t-shirt, we'll get to that later. The important stuff here. Here's our S-Series cab lights. Cab lights module, some wiring and stuff, inline fuse, and some stickers and a keychain. We'll get to all that later too. Whew. It is getting warm out here. Now check this out here. So again, the wiring and the inline fuse, and this here is the magic box. I guess that's what, you know, makes the lights do their thing. There's all kinds of options you can get with these. So OE style, they have a strip style, startup sequence, amber, white, you can get the signal and running light, sequential, switchback, you know, all that stuff. Half of that I don't even understand. I opted for the ones with the startup sequence because I'm looking forward to have some dancing cab lights. All right, anyway. Well, they got nice dense foam insulation on there. That's good. So that's the center one. These are the ends. Got their cool Boost logo, Boost Auto logo there. And then this clips and hardware. So I guess we just get out our basic toolbox here and get after it. I have these companies reach out to me all the time saying, hey, you know, we'd like you to try this or try that and make a video and blah, blah, blah. But most of them, you know, are companies in a foreign country. I won't say which country, but it rhymes with China. And I'm also not a big fan, I'll be honest with you, of taking a new vehicle apart, because it seems like once you do that, it turns from pretty and tight to loose, hot, and angry faster than Madonna. But there was two very big reasons why I agreed to do this. One, because these fellas are, you know, right here in America, I think around Chicago or somewhere in Illinois. And so even though some of these parts are made in China or whatever, everything is designed, engineered, tested, and quality checked and everything right here in the States, which, you know, I'm a big fan of America. And apparently these boys are too. So anyway, I guess we better get after it. The first thing, we got to drop this headliner here so we can access the, you know, the underside of the roof, the top, you know, the metal part where the lights and stuff are. So we'll start with this centerpiece here. There's, you see, I don't like that. We got to get after it with a pick, and that's not, I'm not a fan of that. I want to make sure that it comes off without issue and doesn't get scarred or anything, so it can go in the right way. But apparently that just pops off. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now what do I do with this stuff so it don't get lost? That seems good. Get this one too. Now, as I understand it, there's two Torx doohickeys in there. Looks like what we want is here and here. T15, I think. Let's see if it's a T15 for by golly. Yep, T15. Well, getting those back in ought to be a hoot. Now we just got to pry this, I guess, down to unclip it. I do believe. Doesn't it just come off? Nope. Nope. Ugh. Oh yeah, looky there. I see one of our bolts right there. Fancy. Oh shoot, I forgot. We got to disconnect the battery. Dang it. I always forget that part. We're going to be messing around with wiring and stuff, so you know, you want to get the battery disconnected. We're just going to disconnect the ground cable here and then, you know, tuck it out of the way to make sure it won't accidentally hit it and then go, you know, all that stuff. Okay, now we can get back on it. All right, with this, you just, you know, we want to get this disconnected and out of the way. So you pop up these little red clips here and then push the tab and pop them out. And then with this should just, that's kind of hard to do with one hand, but it should just slide out of the doohickey. There we go. This one here, we're gonna put our pry tool in there and pop that little button up. Just like so. I said just like so. Don't break anything. Oh no, we're not gonna pop the button up. We're just gonna slide the connector off of the thing. See there, I told you wrong. You just push that little thing and you know, the little thing, you just push that. Come on now, push the little thing and then slide that doohickey off of there. And just push the little thing. I'm telling you, it's just that easy. You just push down the little thing. Holy crap. We'll put this in the back where it's, you know, safe from me and my complete and utter recklessness and disregard for plastic. All right, now we're going to get our these what the heck do you call these things? Oh, visors. We're going to get these visors. Oh, pull that little cap off of there, and I think there's 3 more T15s. Oh, them are longer. I don't want to. Are they longer? Yes, slightly longer. We'll put those up there. Part of my problem is I got too much crap in here. Where did the other screw go? I've lost it already. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. And these we'll put here. That way we keep them separate. And away she goes. Come on out. Did I break something? Oh, no. Well, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. How are we disconnecting that? Well, that's interesting. Now, there should be a connector on here, but I'm not. Whoops. What was that about? Well, since I'm not sure, I'm going to leave this hanging for just a little bit here, which is incredibly inconvenient. These little thingies, you just got to open that up, and I'm guessing that's another T15. Maybe we'll just take the screw out and leave the thingy there. Yes, let's do that. Of course, we got to do the same thing over here, but now I'll get these A-pillar, you know, doohickeys off. We'll pull these little covers. And then that's going to expose these 10 millimeters that need to come out. 10 M&Ms. The whole world revolves around 10 millimeters. That's why no one can find their 10 millimeter socket. And then these bad boys should just snap out of place. I say they should just snap out of place, you know, like that. Okay. Holy cow. Now for the B pillar, there's a little cover right there. After we pop that cover off, there's a 7 millimeter screw. And then we just pop the cover off here. seatbelt's going to be wrapped around it, so we'll just let that hang right there. That should be good. All right, let me get the other side, and then we'll drop the headliner down. Okay, now I got this side down. In order to release the headliner a little bit, we just got to kind of peel it away from this weather stripping. And so we'll do a little bit of that on each side so we can get the headliner down, and then we can get up in there and see what's going on with the lights. And once you get your headliner pulled down here a little bit, you're going to be able to see up inside there, okay, this one and this one and this one over here. Those three 10 millimeters are for the center light, but first we got to disconnect it right here. Pull that little red clip out, and then, you know, get your big meat hooks in here, which for me is incredibly difficult. And let me tell you something, them dang little clips for somebody with hands like mine are a huge pain in the rear. All right, we gotta get these 10 millimeter bolts out to the lights. And apparently these bolts and these little stud clip catch hook thingies are one-time use because they squash, which is why they give you new ones. So don't think you're going back in with those, fellas. And of course, you know, make sure that you do your yoga in the morning before you attempt this. Ugh, goodness gracious. I'm not designed to bend this way. Maybe if I just take the extension off. Oh, crap. Hope I don't need it now. Jeez Louise. Don't worry, it's easy, I promise. Oh my, can I get it this way? Well, this approach seems to be working. Of course, I'm going to need a chiropractor when it's all over. Oh, crap. Whew, 2 down. Okay, got them. Piece of cake. Now we got to go to the top side. The joys of owning an 8-foot tall truck. Now we should be able just to pop this off now. I think just come on off. Well, let me see. I could figure out what in the hell's holding it up. There, I got one. There's little tabs on the inside, on the underside. I'll show you in a minute when I get them all. Did I get that one? Sure did. All right, now I got to get this one. Holy smokes. Okay. Oh, did you fall back in? Why, you son of a... Okay, got it. Holy crap. Whew. I'm just checking to make sure these are, you know, the same. We need to clean this up before we put our new lights on. I can't reach it from this side. All right, you just set these in place. Get on there, you joker. Now they sent these clips and bolts, and apparently these things, these clips, only go on one way. And you know, I didn't bother to look and see which way that was. It looks like it's this way. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll get a bolt here. Okay. There. No, I promise. This is easy. I promise. Okay. Now we just gotta plug this back in here. Oh, I can't get it from that. Oh, easier from this way. Now just plug your new light into the, you know, the plug thing, the receptacle. There we go. All right. Whew. Okay, we got the center one. Now we'll get, you know, the one on either side here. And before I put this in, I'll show you how those clips are oriented. But they can only go one way. It's pretty, as they say, self-explanatory. Come on out, you little booger. I have the tools, so you know I'm going to win. There we go. We'll push it out. Don't forget the little clips. There we go. Well, I'm getting to be a pro at this now. All right, I'll show you this best I can. But on one side of this thing, get out of the way, you. There's two little slots, and then on the opposite side, there's a wide slot. See there? So this has got a wide and then two little thingies, and so it goes on like that. See, the two little thingies fit in the slots over here, and that fits in the slot over there. I hope that helps. All right, get in here. Oh shoot, did I clean that up? I don't think I cleaned that up. You can't forget the roof cleaning part. Don't want, you know, dirt and stuff under your new foam. All right, I need to come over there where you are and get that one. So if you'll kindly step aside for just 1 minute. Wonder how these would look on the cop car. I'm putting some fancy schmancy lights on old Brutus. Oh, almost forgot to clean again. They're fancy and schmancy. Long as they dance, they better dance. I'm looking forward to some fancy schmancy dancing cab lights. Get in there. Go to your home, little buddy. I think I forgot to plug the other one in. Let me go check that. Oh yeah, I never plugged it in. It's not going to work if you don't plug it in, knucklehead. There we go. Okay. Get up out of there. Well, now we can move on to the wiring portion of our program. We got to get down in here behind this kick panel here. So I guess let me get my, look at my fancy molded floor liner thingy. Sweet. Now we got to pop this up. Oh wait, do we take this off? Let's see if this will pop up. Boy, them clips put up a fight, don't they? Anywho, all you got to do is pop off your door sill and then pop off your, you know, thingy. Mine is plastic riveted underneath here, so I had to get all this in one piece. Okay, we got to get under here. Now we need our wiring stuff and the magic box. I believe they referred to this as a control module. Sounds fancy. Okay, on the passenger side, we're looking for this connector thingy right here. We need to pull that black tab and then pop this up and then wiggle the thing off of there. We gotta pop the little tabs off. We gotta get this yellow cover off of here. We got to get that zip tie cut. Pull that out. There we go. I don't know how well y'all can see this. Hopefully you can. And we got to expose, we got to cut away some of this wire insulation loom here. And I don't have any fancy scissors, so I'm just going to use this razor blade. And if you use a razor blade, make sure you be careful. Don't cut no wires. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, once we get this connector off, we have to locate pin 14, which is the second row down, second one over from the left, which in our case is this purple wire right here. And then what we do is we take from this control module, we take this blue and we butt connect it. Make sure you butt connect it to the, you know, where it's feeding.
apparently that's important. So we'll butt connect that up here, and then on the other end we'll add a butt connector to plug in a part of the harness later. I got my blue wire up there, and I got a butt connector on this end, and now I think we got to go to the other side. Okay, so the next thing is we got this harness here. It plugs into the box, and it's got a red and a blue, a red and a green, and an orange. The orange stays over here. Put a little tape on here to feed these across so they stay together, and the rest of this stays over here. Let's see if we can get this through. Oh, I guess I better get my screwdriver. You know, they say use a thingy, you better get a thingy. Like a fish tape or whatever they call those things. You'll need something like that. I don't have one on me, and I don't have a coat hanger. So I'm just going to tape it to this extraordinarily long screwdriver and see if I can feed it through to the other side. There, I believe it went. Let me go over there. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I got it. I got it. Don't worry. Pull these wires through. All right, on this side of the truck, we got to get this black and this brown connector disconnected, and we got to tap into this. On your black connector, well, on both of these, if your tab is pointing up like that, so on the black one, it's the top row, third one over, I think that's number 3. There may be 2 wires there, and that's okay. You can tap into either one of them. This one has got more slack in it, so I'll put a tap on this joker. On your brown one here, it's pin number 2, and then you cut your wires that you sent over here to length, and you put on these, sorry about that. And then we need to put a little connector thingy on here and plug them right into those taps. Now we're back on this side. I know what you're thinking too. Boy, that truck sure is awful clean. You claim it to be a work truck. Look, man, I like for my truck to stay clean. Stop being so judgmental. That is exactly why you get into an argument with your cousin at every family reunion. Okay, stop judging. Now, of course, you know, as you're wiring this stuff, you want to, you know, pull it where it wants to be and cut it to figure out how you're going to sure it up and cut it to length and all that stuff. But so that harness, you know, now that we got our, basically what they are is left and right indicators that we just hooked up over there to the black and the brown harness. The remaining wire, this orange wire, is what gets connected to the butt connector that we put on the harness over here first. So, you know, I've already figured out like how I want to route this. So I know that it's going to plug in here, and I need about this much wire to my butt connector thingy. And of course, I'm wrong about half the time, so we'll give it some extra. I'll hang on to, look at all this extra. I'll hang on to that. I might need that later. Yeah, all right, see, this is where the orange wire goes, so that butt connector that we put on earlier. And now we got to tap this for power and ground. Okay, we're not quite done yet. We got to hook up this power harness. Okay, it's just a red and a black wire. Well, they give you plenty of wire, that's for sure. If you want to mount this box at the tailgate, you could certainly do it. Now, in my case, I need this inline fuse. So this one they sent me here comes with the connectors already on it. We'll plug this one into the power wire that we tapped, and then this one to the red wire here. So let me get this plugged into the box, or to the connector, I mean. Extra, read all about it. I'm only moments away from dancing cab lights. Okay, on my ground wire, I need to put one of these spade connectors, I think they call them, so I can plug into that tap. And this one just gets plugged into the inline fuse. Now we just plug our connectors into the box here. See, after you tap into your power and your ground, okay, you just plug these things in right into the taps. Kind of cool. My inline fuse is in there on my power side. Got my ground ready to go. I got this. I got everything plugged into the box, the control module here. So let's go check it out, because I want to make sure we're all, you know, everything's functioning properly before I go putting all this back together. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure before you give it a test run that you plug everything back in, you know, before you hook your batteries up. Otherwise you get crazy, you know, messages and stuff.
Hook my battery back up. Can't test nothing without juice. This is my flavored water, mango and something or another. All right, I'm gonna get in here and button up my wiring where I want it, and the box, just tuck it in there, and then put the truck back together, and then we'll go out and about and check these things out. Sun should be going down soon, and that'll give us a real good idea of what these things look like, what they be looking like. Hell yeah. Dancing cab lights. Whew. Done. Well, since technically this is a product review, I suppose I should give you my summation of this whole thing. Let's start with installation. It's not difficult to install. It's pretty easy, and you can do it with basic tools. However, I will say this, it is fiddly. And if you haven't done it before, or, you know, gone into a new vehicle to that level of detail, give yourself plenty of time. It's also understandable if you're a little squeamish about working on a new vehicle. You're going into the body control modules, the computer wiring and all that stuff. But Boost Auto guys have actually made it pretty easy. There's only one wire that you actually cut, and everything else is done with wire taps. Now, I've never been a big fan of wire taps, but the style of tap that they use is pretty easy, and you just plug right into it. So that made me more comfortable. There were some details that I didn't cover in this video because this really wasn't an installation video per se. But Boost Auto has a great step-by-step video that gives you all the details that I might have missed, like what pin numbers you need, exactly where they're located in the harnesses and connectors, the red and blue and the red and green wires, and how they work, because one's left and one's right and all that. So I would suggest if you get this or you really want that level of detail on the installation, that you check out that installation video, and I'll have a link for that in the description. Now about the product itself. The lenses and assemblies are just like OEM, if not better. Same quality, same fitment, everything went together great, and they look just like the OEM units. So I was comfortable with that I didn't put some crazy looking gaudy aftermarket thing on my truck. So I was good with that. The only note that I have on that is that the assemblies don't sit as flush as the OEM units do, but that's because Boost Auto decided to go with a thicker, more dense foam seal. So they're off the panel just a little bit, but that seal should last you probably longer and will seal better than the OEM units. Now about the Boost Auto guys themselves. I want to tell you, these guys went over the top for me. I was probably a pain in their rear, to be honest. I had a lot of questions. I had some concerns. I wanted to make sure that, this install wasn't going to be super intrusive or irreversible in any way. I was pretty anal about how they're going to fit, how they're going to look, and how they're going to work. And these guys were really patient. They went over the top to explain everything. They checked engineering specs and diagrams and OEM units, and they did a bunch of stuff to make me happy with their product. And that's not because I was unhappy with it. It's because I'm just an anal, something or another, and I wanted to make sure I understood fully, and they went over the top to help me out. So if you do get these and you do put them on your truck, I can guarantee you that they'll be available for you to answer any questions or resolve any concerns or anything you want, because I put them through the ringer. So we've covered the installation, we've covered the product, we've covered them guys. I want to tell you, I've been out and about. I wanted to make sure I spent some time with them before I did this wrap-up part, because I want to make sure that I'm, being forthright, forthcoming, truthful, honest, or whatever with anybody that might watch this and want them for their truck. And, the feedback I got on these was pretty positive.
I like them dancing cab lights.
Hey, I like those dancing cab lights.
Hey man, I like your dancing cab lights.
Hey man, those are some sweet dancing cab lights.
Yo, yo, yo.
I like them dancing cab lights you got. Look, they sent me a shirt too. America. Love America. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. If you're thinking about these or whatever, and you're watching this video because you checked it out, I would say that Boost Auto gets the Hammers Garage Good Stuff Award. And if you're with a Boost Auto and you're waiting for me to send you the Hammers Garage Good Stuff Award, don't. But I don't actually have an award. Hope you liked this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. Consider becoming a channel member, and we'll see you again real soon. In the meantime, get off the couch and go wrench on something. I tell you, one of these days, I'm going to get that Hammers Garage Good Stuff Award.